Box Wraps on TV. We're down here at Yorkville Bethnal Green for the first edition of the MTK Golden Contract.
What?
That's it. Fortunate to be joined by heavyweight Tom Little. A bit of change of scenery, Tom.
Change of scenery, back in the old Bethnal Green. Back in the
spit and sawdust of the Yorkville.
Yeah, listen, I think this is you can dress the other venues up, which are brilliant venues, but there's no place like the home of British boxing. That's Yorkville, and it remained to be so. There's not another historic venue like this in Britain, I don't think. Like every big name's been here. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
As an observer coming down, nice to have a little kind of dive in to see who's been on the card. New concept with the Golden Contract, 8 fighters, opportunity for them to flourish on a big stage. What's it like being on the other side of the ropes, watching on, seeing what this can kind of do for a fighter's career?
Do you know what? It's lovely to see everybody getting a good fair chance with good 50-50 fights. 50-50, like there's no home fighter or away fighter. Like that's really good to see. The concept of it is really, I like absolute everything about the tournament. It brings excitement. It brings 50-50 fights to the fans. Like, I don't think there's any cons to it really at all. Like, just saying, if they want to put a heavyweight domestic one on, I'll sign. It's really good. Do you know what I mean? Like to watch boxing, it tortures my brain. It's like a gardener watching ground force. It's like fucking, it does me nothing. But it's nice to come out and show support and give the boys a out. And I'm good friends with Ryan Walsh, so I want to see him do real well tonight. And just come down here. I had a few hours to kill. And before I get myself in the doghouse with my missus, pop out to the boxing.
I suppose at least you're not up to mischief. It's good to come down, just have a little scan and see what's around.
Listen, it's early in the night yet. It's early in the night yet. I can soon get into some mischief. But if there's any other heavyweights floating about in here, I might drop a nut on one.
Yeah, I think I might have seen Dubois actually walk in.
I'll have a few scuffles with him outside. We'll leave the boxing ring there the same. I reckon I'll take him on the tarmac.
But yeah, touching on that heavyweight domestic, tournament, you probably would throw in the likes of Dubois, Joyce. We've been talking about active heavyweights at the moment. Any other names you would see as a potential?
I think, listen, you could put domestically, even take Joyce and Dubois out because they've got bigger agendas than domestically. I reckon you could fill that with people like myself, Nick Webb, Nathan Gorman, what's the others? Sean Turner, Ellis Mackin's unbeaten. Like you could fill it really quickly and have quite a few spares as well. But listen, it is what it is. To be fair, I've got an announcement to come out there saying, right, I'm just starting camp for a fight. So as soon as I get the go ahead to announce it, I will. And something that I can really get my teeth into after being let down the way I was with the last one. I'll get to make quite a good statement on a name that I'm not quite familiar with, but it holds a bit of weight.
Something that can excite you, get out of bed in the morning to really kind of push on now.
Yeah, and it really do take a lot for that because I'm not a very easily excited person, believe it or not.
But saying that, you've had time probably to reassess, make that transition to a more healthy environment where you're getting your regular training, sparring, and preparing yourself for that step up.
Well, the thing is, as I'm going into this camp, I was noticing, like I was saying off camera, I've really got the benefit of the last camp, what didn't go through. And then I'm going into a fresh camp, but I'm still reaping some of the benefits from it because I was 3 days away from fighting. I was ready. The only thing I didn't have was the big bang at the end. But listen, you count every blessing for every curse, and it is what it is. Just dust yourself down, wipe your shoulders, and get on with it, innit?
Yeah. When Lucas Browne, under circumstances, the fight didn't prevail. Is that a fight now you kind of will brush under the carpet and say move on, or is that something you'd always kind of?
Listen, I'd fight him just because I know I can beat him. It's a bullyish thing to do. So just one of them people I just want to beat up. Yeah. That's just one. Like, pretty sure he's a very nice man. Like, but I've got enough friends outside of boxing. I didn't get in boxing to make friends. Do you know what I mean? But he didn't want to fight no more than flying in the air. Yeah. He got offered to fight. Eddie Hearn offered him the fight. Eddie Hearn said, "I will put it on the Lomachenko undercard."
That's right.
And I agreed to Eddie. I said, "I'll take the same money as what I was getting on a small show with no telly." Yeah. It was a nice few quid, but it weren't like I wouldn't have went, "Oh bloody hell, we're having it off." Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then he come back and he was chucking figures of stupid proportions about, and I just don't think he wanted to fight.
Do you understand where he's coming from, like having, say, a few fights left in his locker?
He's got a few fights left in his locker, but they come over here, and I generally don't think they thought I was really going to train. I think they thought I was just coming to pick money up and get him a bit of a knockover on British soul. But when they realised that it could be going to the O2 and this fella's trained a lot harder than we thought he was going to, I just thought they second thought, how's it going? Is that right? And then Eric.
Good, you right?
Lovely to see you, brother. Yeah, and that was weird. No. Down there on the right. And then that was it. I just thought he second guessed himself and he thought we ain't having none of that biscuit.
Yeah, I mean, positive thoughts moving forward now. If you were to map out 3 fights, say the rest of 2019 going into the new year, what would ideally be your plan?
After this one, I'd like to see Dave Allen come back to health and decide what he's going to do. I'd like to see me and him have a domestic dust up.
Be a good terror.
I've been calling for that fight for a while, and then I'd like a British title fight.
Yeah, deservedly, yeah.
I'd like a British title fight. Get up there, my boy. Sorry.
That's right.
But yeah, that's what I'm looking for. But I'm not looking for past this next fight. What I've just agreed. So because it's a hard fight. But listen, we all know I never get no easy ones. So. Just keep it going, just keep it lit.
I mean, that seems to kind of be the general trend now with heavyweights. No easy fights really when the competition is so stealth and you've got so many bragging rights, bargaining power to claim.
I don't think. Do you know what? I don't think that there should be easy fights in boxing. Period. These people pay from bottom line £40 a ticket to come out. Yeah. But that's bottom line. That's just to get yourself through the door. Yeah. To watch you to give that money, to watch you beat up a dustman. I'm not saying for your first few fights, listen, everyone's got to learn. Yeah. When you're at that sort of level and you've come to me, I know it ain't the end of the world. I lost something, I'm pretty sure people can appreciate and understand, you know what, he's got a dent on his record, but that boy will fight anybody, and he ain't what I'm saying. At least when we buy a ticket to watch him, we're going to watch him have a fight. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And listen, the people that follow me ain't rich people. The little few people that do buy tickets off me are not rich people, and I know them all personally, so I wouldn't disrespect them and take my food off their family's table to watch me beat a dustman up. But I mean, they could watch me get 5 or 6 Stellas down and do that in the pub if I was a naughty boy.
Fully disciplined, fully in check.
Fully in check, literally living life in a happy place in my life. Listen, I'm one of them people, I can live with nothing. I can be happy with nothing. The whole reason I do what I do, the whole reason I put a pair of gloves on and fight is so my children never have to fight for nothing. Because I know how hard life can be, and I want my little boy to never have to take a punch on the nose, and I want my little girls to set their expectations high. So if somebody wants to take them off my hands, they got to be packing wedge.
They got to come see the can man.
They got to come. Yeah, they got to come. They got to come and see me or my son.
Nice one, Tom. Just lastly, Tyson Fury's 12-round, well, you say problematic fight for him against Wallin. Obviously, the cut he sustained in that 3rd round. Moving forward, what did you kind of see in that fight? Any sort of inkling on the Wilder fight? Negative. positive.
No, I don't see anyone around that level can fight. Anyone around that sort of level, get that call up to fight Tyson Fury, you're going to raise your game by 30% anyway. And the thing is, although Otto's name not have been known, if you know boxing, you know Otto Wallen. He's a good pedigree, good boxer. You're right, brother. You're right, brother. Good boxer, very strong, confident southpaw. Punches like a mule. And his dad's dying wish was for him to win a world heavyweight title. I spent time with him in Latvia when I boxed out there. He was on the same card, and his dad spoke very highly of him. So that man's on that night's gonna be a hard man to beat if you put him in front of the devil. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think Otto, rather looking on Tyson underperforming, I think people should give people should give Otto the credit he deserves for putting out a good performance, come up second best, got beat. But I think the main thing there, Otto improved his stock dramatically. You know what I mean? He done nothing but win without getting his hand raised.
I did. He won a lot of fans over, and I think as well when you're trying to really break into that realm of top heavyweights and put in a respectable effort, you've got to kind of take your hat off to someone that's relatively unknown, probably relatively underrated to a lot of fans as well. So
this is what people don't get and what people don't understand. It's all about fractions. All about fractions. The difference between world level and British domestic level is fractions. Genuinely fractions. I've shared a ring with a lot of men from bottom to the top, and it is fractions of difference. And it's only the same thing when jumping world level to world elite level, and you don't know if you can get to that level until you're there fighting for it. So listen, all respect to him and fair play, but listen, Tyson's the king of the tree, and he will be for a long time, because the man's not fighting for any other reason than it's something that makes him happy. So he's just, until you stand in front of him, you don't realise how awkward that man is. Like, he can punch me from here to you. Like, and I'm not a small man. I'm not.
That's some distance.
That's what I mean. Like, keep. Hey, what you good boy? You alright, bro? Yeah, good, bro. Yeah, so it's just, you know what? I just wanna see him fulfil what he wants to achieve. There ain't no Joshua's, there ain't no Ruiz's testing him. Not on that level. Joshua's a good man. He'll beat 99% of men, but the 1% he won't beat is him.
And you think a little bit of movement, a little bit of mobility is going to give those kind of, you could say, typical robotic heavyweights.
That's going with
a lot of people trouble.
Yeah, do you know what? It's literally. It's a very stiff division. Like,
because, I mean, even like yourself, you know, who bases a lot of his fundamentals off the movement, off the pivoting, you know, feints and stuff. Those kind of things that go a little bit kind of unblemished really with fighters. You know?
Of course it is. It's a very steady. It's just a danger that you've got to be able to do them things correctly and be very fit and have a good engine to maintain them to that level. To maintain it at that sort of level and get the benefit of it, do you know what I mean? But it's something that gets ignored highly, and you get these fighters like Joshua. Like, look how well Joshua's done. How well would he have done how better would he do if he had a bit of head movement, or if he had a bit of faster feet? I'm not taking away what he's done now. I'm just saying, if there are things that he could add to his game, if he did add them to it, then we could probably have a different conversation about him and Tyson. But until people pick up on them things, there's not a heavyweight one. Because people say you can't punch. Let me tell you something. I've felt them with 18-ounce gloves on, and they hurt. That hurt. Like, do you know what I mean? So listen, I just want to see him go and get his job done with Wilder. After Wilder beats his geriatric guy up.
I think we all did. And exciting times ahead.
Listen, I think this is the best era for British heavyweight boxing. You can't tell me when we've had an era like this, even when Lennox Lewis was around, and what was below Lennox, you ever have a look, you see, when you look at Lennox Lewis's era, you don't look at the British domestic, you look at that era and you just mention Lennox Lewis, Frank Bruno, right, but that's it, you know what I mean?
There's a crop of...
There's a crop of all good, solid, world level, elite level, domestic, fringe world level. Do you know what I mean? I think our domestic. Well, there you go. You can't tell me that Daniel Dubois wouldn't beat Manuel Char for the regular belt. What he's got.
There's levels. There is levels.
And that's our British title.
Yeah.
Could you say that about the French champion or the Ghanaian champion?
Caballero is the #1 who's obviously relinquished his belt.
Yeah, because they don't want to fight Joe Joyce, and there you go. He just let go of the Commonwealth title. So when you look at how competitive our domestic scene is, listen, we're the best country in the world for the big men at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. Tom, honest as always, and a pleasure having you on the platform.
God bless
Respect you.
Thank you very much.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Cheers. I'm going to let you go back and enjoy the show.